Hey, yo, what's up? It's Big Rangus, and I'm in the house with my homeboy.
Sweet Willy White Shoes. Peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis.
And I am Nicholas Fletcher.
And you are now tuned in to another episode of... Woo! Let me submerge this ass.
I just don't know what you get.
You are now tuned in to another episode of the YoH podcast. The podcast where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. And this podcast is kind of hip-hop based or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty loosely based.
You know, we try to keep at least one hip-hop centric topic on every episode, but sometimes, you know, we might not even talk about hip-hop shit.
So today we'll start with a hip-hop topic.
Wait, first of all, before we get into that, how was your week, sir?
Okay, pretty crappy.
Okay.
As you probably know, but audience, I had to get gallbladder surgery on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's surgery.
I had been having some really intense stomach pain for like over a month and didn't go to the doctor for it because in my head I was just like, it'll resolve itself.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it just didn't go away, so I ended up getting an ultrasound. Turns out I had gallstones. Had to get surgery to get it out, and I am recouping as we speak, and it sucks. It's not fun.
We almost didn't do the podcast this week.
Yeah, we almost took it. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sore as we speak, but like nothing. I mean, we're just sitting down.
When I called this man earlier, he sounded very feeble and weak.
I just woke up from a nap.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Took a little napper.
I thought you might have popped a perk or something.
No, I actually
Pop
specifically
a perk and let it flow through my body.
I will say, because I have my Percocets, I purposely did not take one prior to the podcast.
Good. That is very good,
no,
man. That would have been awful.
I did not want to be loopy and just like...
Percocet, Molly Percocet? Okay, so... How was your week, Jay? Oh, how was my week?
You didn't give me a chance to... Hey, how was your week, bud?
Don't ever in your fucking life call me no damn bud. For those who don't know, I do not like being called a bud. I feel like it's borderline disrespectful. Like, you know, you call your kid bud. Sure thing, bud.
Hey, pal, calm down, pal.
You might as well call me Tiger or Sport.
Come on, Sport.
Come on,
chill
Sport.
out, Sport. Come on.
Come on, Chief. So my week was out of the ordinary. I was working out of town all week up in Bill, Wyoming. Now, for the locals who know...
Everybody knows Bill, Wyoming, dude. It's Bill, Wyoming.
You know, you think our town is small. Our town is what, like 25, 30,000 people?
Yeah, I think 30.
I'm pretty sure Bill was like 100. So we were working there at a progress shop up there, and we stayed in the town of Douglas, which is about 45 minutes away, which is a little bit bigger than there, but still pretty small. But it was a cool experience. I was up there with my boss and one of my favorite coworkers. We shared a room and stuff, and it was a cool little experience, man. Definitely something different. You know, and the coolest thing about it was I didn't pay for anything while we were up there, man.
That makes everything a little bit cooler.
It does, doesn't it? Like, you know, you're working and you ain't got to pay for, you know,
dinner,
all expenses.
A free dinner tastes better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my boss was taking us out to dinner every night we were there, too, which is why I probably gained about 15 pounds. But I could have chosen healthy options off the menu, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, it was a good experience. I spent maybe $20 up there. Maybe, like, you know, so.
Yeah, for a week, being out of town for a week, that is.
Yeah.
And making money while you're
exactly, yeah. So not a bad experience at all.
Win.
So, absolutely. So let's get into today's docket. What's on the docket?
So the first topic we're going to speak about is hip-hop centric, and it is strange rap names.
One of the first ones that come to mind is Pooh Shiesty. And he's like one of people's favorite artists right now. But I don't know.
Could you imagine telling people that's your favorite rapper?
Yeah, Pooh, who you
Hey,
like?
throw some Pooh on.
Oh, throw some of that Pooh.
Drop some Pooh.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I don't know none of the guy's music, but I always thought, you know, these dudes are okay by me, but when they first came out, I just heard their names and was like, what? Da Baby and Lil Baby?
Yeah.
That was this.
Most of the Lils I don't like.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that.
I just, to me, I feel it in like the rap game, the moniker Lil has never, I don't understand the appeal. Why so many rappers it became synonymous with. Like,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, Lil Peep, Lil Xan,
The
Lil
first
this,
one
Lil
I
that.
ever knew of was Lil Kim.
Yeah,
And then
Lil
I
Kim.
remember Lil Wayne and Lil Zane and
And then you have Lil everything. Just so-
Lil Xan.
And the reason I don't find it appealing is why is Lil, like little, something that you want to like represent? Like, I'm a small person.
yeah, I'm small.
Look how small I am, everybody.
Yeah, it sucks being small in society. You never heard that one song, Short People Got No Reason to
Yes,
Live?
I have heard
Yeah,
that.
man. I
Short
mean, so, you know.
people got no reason.
That is a terrible.
It is.
What? I need some backstory behind
Yeah,
that
and I
song.
think the guy who did it was the guy who did like the Toy Story songs and stuff.
Yeah,
think-
something Newman.
Yeah,
I think Randy
I think so,
Newman
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. What a dick, bro. Because if those who don't know, I am a small man. I'm only
didn't-
6'3".
Didn't
So-
Exhibit sample that for a diss track to Ja Rule?
Did he? I don't
think
know.
so.
I
I
didn't
think,
know
yeah.
Exhibit ever this job.
Maybe I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. But yeah, you're trash for that. Short people got no. You can't even put that in the context where it's like, oh, I see why
You don't understand.
Yeah,
What I
no,
mean
what
is,
I meant was-
what I mean is being short's awful.
like short people, like, and it ain't even saying, oh, maybe certain things are harder for you. It's like, no, you have no reason to exist. And it's like, damn, bro, I didn't have no control. Damn, I shouldn't even be alive, huh?
So another one for me is 2 Chainz, nickname Titty Boy.
Well, that was actually his original rap name.
Oh, Titty Boy was his really
original
okay.
rap
Titty
name,
Boy.
yeah.
And you did explain to me what it meant.
Yeah.
But I remember first hearing it and just not understanding.
Oh,
why.
I like titties. That's what you thought it was.
Basically,
I
just-
like titties so much.
I'm gonna make it synonymous with my identity.
So for those who don't know, the reason behind that name was actually because he was a mama's boy growing up, and where he's from in the South, that's just kind of how they referred to it instead of mama's boy. It
And
was
that
Titty
makes
Boy.
sense.
So,
Like a Titty Boy.
so a couple. I pulled up a list here of some crazy
You don't even want to see my list that I
rap
found.
names. You've got one too.
Let me throw one out here.
Okay.
Let me just find one. You know what? We'll just go with the top one on here. Lil Waterbed.
No fucking way.
Houston's Lil Waterbed calls himself the #1. Oh, apparently he's a disco artist.
Disco.
He just hit 5,000 followers on SoundCloud.
Wow.
Yep, Lil Waterbed. And then there's
Okay, so most of these on this list I've got are people I've never heard of, but
Yeah,
the
same,
names are
yeah.
just like, wow. Lil Waterbed. I got whatever. What about the Teabag Boys?
my favorite group. I
That
love
is
those guys.
pretty interesting. Another one that I think is funny. Pudgy the Fat Bastard.
I like that. I actually,
Do you? I don't know. I'm not.
I like that one. I thought we were doing bad rap names. This one right here, we got Booty Chain.
No way.
Booty Chain.
That is not a
If you don't know
Booty
about-
Chain. That sounds like something in like a show where they have like a fictional rapper on it. Like, Booty Chain.
Booty
second
Chain.
album. What about Blaze Your Dead Homie?
Yeah, that is a strange one.
Pretty odd.
But it makes sense. Like, I think the context he's using it is like, he's Blaze, and he's like, I'm your dead homie. Like, I'm not
I
dead.
thought it was like, because nowadays people talk about smoking on a whatever pack, like of a dead homie or whatever. So I don't know if
I mean,
he
it could
meant
be.
it like that, but hopefully not, because that's awful. But you never know.
What about Sad Frosty?
Sad Frosty. Well, when I think of Frosty, I think of the delicious dessert from Wendy's,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how could that make you sad?
This is the happiest
Was
thing.
it melted? Did they accidentally put chicken in your Frosty?
This one's a good one. I'm assuming it's a group, but JPEG Mafia.
Wow.
Yep, JPEG Mafia.
What about Wee Papa Girl Rappers?
That's a
name.
that is a. I feel like at some point you're just slamming words together.
Yeah. Funk Wizard Snow.
I like that one.
I don't. Okay, here's the best one so far. Nothing you've had is gonna top this. Booty Chain is a close second.
Booty Chain's good. Booty Chain's good.
Shorty shit stain.
There's no way. There's no way somebody legitimately. What?
Shorty shit stain.
I wish we were set up to the point where right now we could be like, let's play a little excerpt
man.
of
Oh gosh,
shit stain for
that
you.
is awful. There is no backstory you could give me to be like, oh,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, okay,
cool,
that makes sense, yeah.
That's a good one, you know.
Oh, you used to shit yourself in school.
Yeah, it's not really it's not a big deal. Shorty shit stain. Sweatshop Union.
That one's not terrible.
You don't think so? I don't like it.
Terrible.
Okay. Oh gosh, you got your mutts in the background. Prozac Turner.
that one's wait. Oh, Zach, because Zach Turner is.
I don't know who that is, but Prozac Turner. Oh gosh. So you're.
Yeah, it's just he's part of the cast now. Special guest, everybody. That is the one, the only Dudley. The most ignorant dog in the world.
Yes, and he looks weird because he got a haircut. Dirt Nasty.
Yeah, Dirt Nasty. I know who that is actually. Do you know who Dirt Nasty is?
I do not.
You do, but you don't realize it.
Okay.
Dirt Nasty is the guy from some of the newer, even though none of them are new, but scary movies. You know the like the hillbilly guy on the scary movie franchise. Is it the third or fourth one?
I didn't watch either of those.
Oh, you didn't? Okay,
No.
yeah, but
I didn't watch anything after
his
two.
real name's Simon Rex. He used to be MTV VJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know. Isn't there like one of the movies? There's like an 8 Mile parody.
Yes, that's
And
him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's Simon. That's Dirt Nasty. That is, and his rap group, actually one of the best rap group names ever, the Dyslexic Speed Readers.
I like it.
Pretty brilliant.
Yeah, I like it. It's just the Dyslexic Speed Readers.
That's great.
Okay, what about A to the D, the Renegade Jew?
What?
That's his name. Oh
What
man.
comes up with these rap names?
Some of them, I think they really just did them to stand out for the
Oh
sake
yeah,
of standing
100%.
out. But
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of more mainstream ones that.
Yeah, those are all. Yeah, most of these are people I never heard of, but they're just funny names.
Even 2 Chainz's rap name as a rapper is funny though. 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is very simple. But I mean, he's dope.
Does he
though.
always wear 2 Chainz? Like, does he have to commit to that now?
He actually said in one song, 2 Chainz, but I got me a few on.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's, he absolutely does not.
I just want to know the moment he decided, like, that's it. That's 2 Chainz. That's the one.
I don't know, man. It was probably a rebranding thing because, I mean, you can't really put Titty Boy on MTV or whatever it was
true.
at the time. So,
You could do it if you put 2 D's.
I
Titty.
still don't think.
Titty boy.
Like, there was a rapper named Two Pistols, but whenever he was on TV, they just called him 2P.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was probably something like that.
If you guys know any weird rap names, comment them. In the comments.
Comment, get in the comment section. Tell us some
Drop
weird
a
rap
comment in
names.
there for
Like, comment, subscribe, as they say. Interact with us. We need friends. Just come on, yeah. Just say like, tell me this episode sucked or something. I don't know. Just get in the comments.
Comment that.
That'll help us out a lot if you give us some likes and get in our comments and all that good stuff. If you're listening, all 20.
And I
of you.
promise, I will ignorantly argue with you.
Yeah,
Jump in
for
the
no
comments.
reason.
Yep, no, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't need any.
You tell me
About anything too.
You tell me hot mayonnaise is gross, I will argue with you to the death.
What do you mean? It's way better than cold mayonnaise.
Hot
Who
mayo.
wants a cold mayonnaise sandwich?
Cold mayo?
You
What
gotta
kinda-
be kidding me.
What kind of operation are you running here? All right, so there's a lot of weird rap names. Let me think if I can think. 3-6 Mafia, one of the dudes' name is Crunchy Black.
That's pretty. Yeah.
I thought that's an awful name. It's because he's very dark skinned, but it's like that's weird. I don't like it.
Where's the crunchy come from?
I don't know. Crunchy, I guess. I don't know. Crunchy Black. I don't know where the crunchy comes from. I mean, maybe he's insinuating that he's well done. I don't know, but
Maybe. Yeah.
it's awful. I don't like it.
What was the one that you and Cyrus brought up that one day on the episode? It used to be. Oh my lord! Cyrus said he was listening to him again recently.
Listening to him again. Oh, I'm not sure.
Something
Man.
Silk.
Oh, Silk the Shocker.
Yeah, Silk the Shocker.
Silk the Shocker. My name's Silk, and I'll shock you. It's like such a weird name.
That's
like,
what's funny about rapper names.
he
though.
could have said Silk anything and it would have been cool, but Silk the Shocker. Yeah. And like he was very mediocre.
That's where I think rappers are funny. Is like rap names. It's one. It's one of like the genres that generally an artist has a stage name because if you're in a band like such as like Metallica or whatever, you know, and I don't want to say a name that they have. All of them have their own stage names, but generally like it's just their band is XYZ and they're the artists in it. But rappers have to come up with like Pooh Shiesty and weird names. The
Pooh Shiesty and little butt.
little dang dang. No,
Little eat dirt.
no, I think it's funny too. The rappers. You ever seen a rap name that's just lazy? So here's my example.
Well, yeah, give me an example.
Here's my
I'm trying to
example. Back in the day, this dude passing through town stopped at a gas station and saw us, and he had a van he was driving, and it had his picture on it, and he was a rapper selling all of his merch and was acting to us as if he was some big deal, and his rap name was Bullet.
Bullet?
That's it. And just lazy Bullet.
Yeah, that is pretty.
Bullet. So
I mean, but I think like Da Baby and Lil Baby, those are pretty lazy too.
yeah, I agree.
And there's some other dude named 2K Baby. And then there's a dude named Lil Migo. It's like,
Just like,
oh no, that's another thing. Like, why would you want it to be so close to somebody who already exists?
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
well, even they had the whole. There's Aesop Rock and then Aesop or ASAP Rocky.
Okay, so you must not know the story behind that.
I actually don't.
ASAP is actually, so there's the ASAP mob.
Okay.
ASAP stands for Always Strive and Prosper.
Okay.
And so all of the members of the ASAP mob have ASAP in front of their name.
Okay, that's kinda
ASAP
cool.
Rocky, ASAP Ferg, ASAP Yams, rest in peace. A few others, but ASAP Ant, a few others. But yeah, that was on purpose. A lot of people were actually doing that now. Like NBA YoungBoy, he's also got a group. NBA's Never Broke Again. And there's a lot of them call themselves NBA, you know, and then there's another crew that did it, YBN. They were like YBN Corday, YBN Almighty J. Yeah, just
Do you want to do that with
it's
us?
actually
We'll make like a rap group.
YoH
YoH J Dizzle. YoH Nick Tracy.
So
I'm in.
yo go ahead JDZ. You know, so yeah, that's actually by design though, and I think that's actually kind of a dope concept.
That is cool. I truly never knew that.
The ASAP mob was the first ones I'm aware of who did that, but there may have been other groups who did it as well before them. But yeah,
That's why it's important to be educated because my first assumption was I knew who ASAP Rock was. Aesop, and that's the thing, it's not ASAP, it's Aesop. So Aesop Rock, I knew who he was.
Aesop, you sure about that?
It's Aesop.
I'm pretty sure it says ASAP. I mean, listen to his music, but it's ASAP.
Wait, no, I'm not talking about ASAP Rocky.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the other rapper.
Who else is there?
You didn't know that? You don't know who Aesop Rock is?
Aesop Rock?
Yeah.
No. That's
who I'm comparing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a rapper named Aesop Rock, and I've known it. Bro, Google it. He is well known in the underground community.
No.
It's AESOP or something. Yeah. Yeah. So Aesop Rock, and he's been around for decades. And then ASAP Rocky came out, and my first assumption was like, bro, you're just gonna pick a name.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, bro. He's really
AESOP Rock. Wow.
I told you.
Never. And he's 44 years old. I've never heard of this
He's been in the
guy.
game for a long time.
Okay, so you seem to have the underground scene more known.
I do. I will say Aesop Rocky is funny though, or Aesop Rock. Now I'm getting all confused and confubbled.
Just say Rocky and Rock.
Yeah. So, but he's one of those rappers that he's like the metaphysical time of the essence of the like caterpillar that crawls through the dwindling force, and you're just like, I'm not sure what's happening in this song right now. And no disrespect to him, super dope artist, but for being an artist who writes like a lot in like metaphors and double entendres and like puzzles and like lines that you might catch on later.
Sometimes you just want to hear, bitch, shake that ass, you know, or you might just want to hear something to get you pumped. You know,
exactly, but even on his end, there's sides of the spectrum, and I feel like I'm a pretty good balance to where I'm like right in the middle, where it's like you'll catch some like pretty like obvious bars, and then I'll have like the clever ones that you might pick up a few listens in.
Yeah.
But he's one I could listen to an album front to back 6 times and be like, what are you talking about?
What does that mean?
So
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I don't know. I've never even heard of that guy. That's crazy.
He's pretty big.
I wonder if he was annoyed when the ASAP mob came out.
That's what I was wondering.
Wait,
No.
You know, or somebody probably heard his name. Oh, ASAP.
I think there's actually. I actually
there.
think there's a picture of them together at a music festival.
Oh, really?
That, somebody posted.
ASAP Rock's gonna be there. Some young kid. ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean ASAP Rocky? Yeah. You know, excited to go, and then there's this dude. It's like,
who's this 44-year-old white guy?
This dude's old.
All right, so next on the docket, we're going to talk about body modification.
I'm going to talk about Jesus.
So Jay gets into a religious section.
Body modification.
Yeah, so in that vein, this can go from like tattoos, plastic surgery, just like general enhancements, like things like that. So.
One thing people are doing, a lot of dudes are doing is, so a lot of men, a lot of us, depending on your genetics, of course, tend to lose our hair. And I get that that's like devastating.
This one hits close home for you, doesn't it?
I actually might. I think I am.
Do you really think so?
A little bit. Oh, yeah, no. Man. I do. I'm thinking about shaving my head and letting it grow in and seeing
where it
yeah. But no, so a lot they're getting that surgery though, where they like restore their hairline,
the hair implants.
I think that's what it is, something like that. Whatever it is, LeBron's been doing it, and his don't work so well.
It doesn't look good.
I don't know what it is.
You think a guy like with LeBron money would have the best hair?
That's what I'm saying.
World,
I don't know if it's just because he's an athlete, and obviously he's always working out, always playing ball. So maybe his follicles, or I don't know, they're too busy. I don't know how it works, but it just always looks like not well done. But then you got guys like Tory Lanez and Tiger. He's got a full head of braids right now. So I'm like, it must be working,
Yeah,
I think me personally, man, like I have a decent shaped head to be bald, and I keep my hair cut low anyway. So if I absolutely just start, if I get to the point where I just, I got a huge bald spot, or
I shaved my head once, and specifically for that reason, out of fear that I was like, if I ever lose my hair, I want to make sure I don't have like some weird alien,
lumpy, hard head.
And fortunately, I have a good shaped head. And I decided if I ever lose my hair, I'm going to grow my beard out real long and be bald.
Yeah,
and just like have a big old beard, be bald. And
it'd be a good look for you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand. I get it, but I don't at the same time. It's like bald heads aren't frowned upon. I don't understand why so many people just refuse to.
But there are the people that do have strange shaped heads.
That's true.
Admittedly, like the people who have like uneven.
That sucked too.
Like a bulbous part on like the left side.
Or there are people who got like, you could tell they didn't get held much as a baby, so it's flat.
Yeah, flat as on.
Oh, that's weird looking to me. But hey, it's your head. What can you do about it?
It's there now.
But they even got like wave caps and stuff you can put on your head. Like there's a whole process, bro, where they'll glue stuff on your head to make it look like you got hair.
Yeah, good lord.
Put it on there, trim it down to make it look real wet.
Okay, I've seen that. Yeah,
like
I've seen the one too where it's like a spray. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like it's like a spray paint looking thing, and they're like, they'll like shape around the head like it's like a really fresh cut, and then they'll spray around it.
Yeah, I will just say though, if you, I ain't gonna judge nobody, but me personally, if it's like one of my favorite podcaster, Gilly the King, said, I don't love nothing that don't love me. And so if my hair decides it wants to leave me, I'm letting it go. Get out of here then, shit.
I feel like that's got to be a lot to maintain as well. If you got like fake hair.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of times their hair still grows in the sides and on the back, so you still gotta,
exactly. So and also if they're getting hair implants, I'm curious, like, would it grow under the hair that you put there and like cause discomfort?
That's what I'm not sure about that. Cause I don't know honestly. Cause I mean, even if you are balding, you're more than likely still can grow a little bit on the top of your head or around the top of your head. So I don't know, man. I'm honestly not sure about how that works. But
what's your position then on the other side of the spectrum for females, weaves and wigs?
I have zero issue with it as long as it looks good. Just don't get no comical party store type wig. Because bad wigs are one of the funniest things on this planet to me, man. A bad wig. Once we start recording on camera, I vowed to do one episode with a bad wig on my head. and like it'll be the most serious episode.
We won't even address it.
No, we won't even acknowledge that I got a bad wig on my head. I'm all for that because bad wigs are hilarious.
Like a fake mustache.
Yeah, but no, I have no issue with that as long as it's done well. You know, like I don't. It's just if it's obvious that you got a wig on, or if it's obvious that you know you got weave in your hair, then it's like you couldn't have paid a little more to get it done better. But it doesn't bother me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think it's just part of, you know. I think it's actually kind of cool that some women can do that. They might have the extensions one day and then go back to the short. Because as I've gotten older, I like women with short hair.
Me
more,
too. Actually, there's a specific like cut that's really short that I think. Like,
yeah, and so I mean, there's a couple different ones I like. I'm not crazy about like the shaving the side of the head, but like I do like some shortcuts, and you know some women can really pull it off. But going back and forth, extensions are fine with me. Wigs are fine with me. Just let it be known. You imagine? I seen this meme though. It's like, oh, what about you smashing your girl, but she usually wears a wig, so you can't pull her hair. You just start smacking her in the back of the head. Or another one was like, yeah, you could do that, or you could just be smashing her, and instead of even grabbing her hair, just take the wig off and put it on you.
I'm fabulous right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. But no, wigs are cool with me. Tattoos. Obviously, you have like 2 or 3.
Like I have I think I counted the other day. It was like 3.5.
Yeah, you got like 3 or something.
Yeah.
I have 2 small ones, but tattoos are great, man. I'm not crazy about the face tats personally, but other than that, I love them. Like I don't know what it is. I like thigh tats on women. Like I think those are dope, and you know, girls inked up. I think that's cool. I'm just the only place I draw the line. A tattoo on the face can be cool. It's just location and you know what kind it is. But one thing I don't like is some people are doing this thing where they're like inking their eyeballs.
Yes, I've seen that, and there's like horror stories behind it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Which
looking.
makes sense. Like in what context? It's like I'm just gonna drop some ink in my.
Yeah, like
this
I
will be fine.
don't get it at all. So it's like, why not just you know, if you want to have some crazy colored eyes or whatever, just do some contacts or something. You know, I don't understand why I do all that, but yeah, the face has like a little one near the corner of their eye, or like I kind of like the one above the eyebrow a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But just like a whole tatted up face, no, not for me.
See, so for me with tattoos, obviously being heavily tattooed, I actually have a pretty unique perspective on it because I started getting I got my first tattoo, oddly enough, 16 years ago.
Wow.
So I've had tattoos for 16 years. So I was 16 years old when I got my first tattoo, and then have just went through numerous different artists and shops getting tattoos in the past.
Yeah.
And I will say I have changed enough that I have hit an age where there's certain tattoos that I'm like, man, what was I thinking? Like, why would I get this specific thing?
Yeah.
But I also, there's not many except for I am getting some laser removal done.
Yeah, we talked about
that.
But
But with the laser removal, there's like specific reasons behind that. But otherwise, my tattoos that I don't love are just kind of part of the story. If that makes sense. I know that's a cliche, cheesy, like they're part of like history.
You
but
don't know
no,
my
but
story.
sincerely, there's none really aside from the ones that I'm getting removed that I am just yearning to like that. I'm just like, oh, why would I have gotten that?
What was I thinking?
But I will say, anybody who's interested in getting tattoos, especially like on the younger end of the spectrum, put some real thought into it because there's a chance you might get something. And for mine, with the one that I'm getting removed in particular, it was the second I looked in the mirror was like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, this was a mistake.
I think it's never a good idea to get like a buzz phrase at the time. Like some people who got YOLO on themselves.
YOLO.
Like it's like, man, YOLO. That's, you know,
That or the other taboo thing is the partner's name. Getting like
that's so bad. That's so terrible.
Get your partner's name tattooed on you.
We can be married 10 years. I don't think
I've been
gonna
with
do
Felicia for 10 years and nope.
Yeah, like you just never know. Like people wake up and change. You don't never know. I mean, I guess it's good that you got confidence in your love or whatever. But
when it comes to location, I actually love tattoos anywhere, face included, as long as it fits. So like, if that makes sense, it has to.
So like a face full of tats is cool.
If it has like good like feng shui, I guess. Like if
shui.
it sits good and like the fluidity of it is in like it's just symmetrically, it's pleasing and aesthetically. Like if you're like a person who gets sticker art, which is just small tattoos all over the place,
Yeah.
that's a little harder to pull off because you just got random things just
Yeah,
scattered
that
about.
does look
But
kinda
if you
goofy.
have a tattoo with like fluidity that like connects and moves and has like this like flowing like kind of beauty to it, I think you could put that anywhere and make it look
No.
good.
Um.
You don't think there's one? I bet I could look up some heavily tattooed females right now with like tatted faces, and they'd be dime pieces.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, we'll check that out after the podcast. I just personally think the face covered. I don't think we have anything to talk about. Man, we have nothing to discuss.
Well, it's like, did you see Kasky, the rapper that just dropped that
No.
album with Yellow Wolf? He did his like whole cranium, and it's like like it looks like a demon skull, and like the teeth like end at like the top of his forehead and his chin, his jaw, so it looks like it's eating his head.
Oh, wow.
It's a trip. But here's the thing: I would never do it. Looks super cool. Like whoever did it, phenomenal artist. Looks
Yeah.
amazing. But
I-
it's his entire cranium tattooed.
no.
Like his back of his head, the front of his forehead, his chin is under his neck. Ugh, I couldn't even imagine the pain.
Yeah, that's
That sounds
wild.
that's excruciating.
Yeah, his career has to work out with music.
Oh yeah, he's just flipping fries.
Put some makeup on
But
his head.
that is another thing. Me with my tattoos that I started really thinking about when I got to a certain age was I had this like ignorant perspective that I was like, I will make it as a rapper. Like I'll be able to pay my bills with music.
Oh no, you had faith in your career.
Yeah,
What the
but
hell?
well, so much so that when people are like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't get like all these crazy tattoos," because I used to, like until I got it covered up on one of my arms, I had a zombie chick that was like half decayed and decrepit. In hindsight, imagine if I didn't own my own business and went into a company and tried to get a job.
Yeah.
And they like looked at my arm and it was like this rotting zombie chick, which I feel like stuff like that is we shouldn't discriminate against heavily tattooed individuals, but we live in a world where it will happen.
Yeah, I think
there's
it's-
jobs that aren't going to hire you.
Yeah, I think it's more because of, especially if it's something dealing with the public, it's more of how, not necessarily how the company views you, but
How the
customers will. So, I get it from that standpoint. But okay, so tattoos are great. Let's talk about surgical
Okay,
enhancements.
surgical.
So there's a lot of ladies who get body enhancements, surgical enhancements, and I think it's great, man. I think if you're doing it for the right reasons, knock yourself out.
Yep, same.
If you want to get a tummy tuck or a lipo, what's that one? A lot of girls are doing the Brazilian butt lift where they do the fat transfer. And stuff.
For a minute, I thought that was made up until you finished it. when you said Brazilian butt lift, I was like, that's not a thing.
No, it's
No, it is a
absolutely
thing. Yeah, it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just perks up your butt. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works. Is they just take fat from other parts of the body and inject it. But I think, but I just as long as you're doing it because it's something you want to do to feel better about yourself, then I say go for it. I don't think you should do it because you see all these Instagram quote models doing it, or you think it's what men will like or whatever. Just do it because it's gonna make you feel better and make you look better, or whatever the case may be. But with plastic surgery, I'm a firm believer that less is more. Like I'm not a big fan of the cartoonishly large breasts or the wisdom tooth shaped women who get the butts and it's like way too big and then they got skinny legs. Because for me personally, it's a complete package: big butt, thick legs, thick calves. I like it all. So you got this big gigantic butt and
Just
then
like these little like toothpicks of like,
yeah, it just looks funny.
somebody
and
put
it's
toothpicks in an orange and just
like that. Exactly. That is not appealing to me whatsoever. And-
appealing. Ooh.
Oh,
orange?
Yeah. But no, it's absolutely. It just looks goofy, man. I don't understand. Like, I could see if maybe you were a little flat back there and you got a little something just to plump it up and everything's proportionate. Proportionate is
I think that's key.
It looks
to
great.
What we're talking about.
Like especially with them girls who you would never guess that had plastic surgery, they just look good. I think that's nice. But I mean, hey, if it's ultimately it's your body. If you want it to look all big and be attention getting and knock yourself
do
out
your
as
thing.
well. But me personally, I don't. I see that and I'm just like, man.
I think with plastic surgery, we share the same perspective. If it's going to be something that makes you more confident, and exactly like you said, you do it for you,
Yeah.
for your, not because you want this like attention from somebody. is if it makes you feel good, and whatever reason, for whatever reason it makes you feel good, but as long as it's for you, proportion is a good thing. I feel if like somebody's going in to get a procedure, like you said, if they get like a like cartoonishly noticeably different, like then it's like, well,
Two
like maybe,
basketballs on your chest.
like maybe too much. But the other side of it is like the facial reconstruction, where you start having people like who start getting like
that,
like celebrities. We see it a lot to where
those, it's rare. Like sometimes you'll see a girl who gets like a nose job or something, and you're like, okay, well, your nose, I mean, you know, if it makes you feel better, you know, I can see why you might not have liked your nose, you know, not to be disrespectful towards anybody's physical traits or anything, but it's like, okay, if you don't like your nose and you got the means to do it, go for it. But it's crazy to me when they get the ridiculous lip fillers that are so obvious. Lips look like microwave sausages.
Yeah, just big. Yeah, like that.
Just like it's like it's obvious. Like
and then the super like thin, puckered out like face where the cheekbones are super pronounced.
Exactly, and when they talk, it almost looks like they don't have control of their lips. Yeah. Like it's like you know when your mouth's numb after you come from the dentist.
Your every fiber of your being's making you speak. Like,
but yeah, like there's stuff like that, man. And again, it's like, if it makes you feel good, sure. But I think it looks crazy. Like, oh man, there's actually people going for world records with plastic surgeries.
Yeah. And that's where I think that. So here's where my perspective falls in on it. Is anybody listening who has wants or plans on getting plastic surgery? More power to you. Yeah. I am 100% supportive.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people, my tattoos are an example, get things done like because of a lack of self-confidence. Yeah. And then when the procedure, whatever it is, tattoos, like whatever you're getting done, doesn't fill that void that you have, you get the next thing done.
Exactly.
And then it cascades into the next thing and the next thing.
It becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where my warning comes out. Like, do what you want, but if you're going to do it because you think it's going to like fill this void and this hole, like it's going to be the thing that corrects your confidence and just makes your life completely different, there might be some scenarios where it's going to help that. But if that's the sole reason you're doing it, more likely than not, it's going to be the thing that's like, well, now I need this done. And my nose looks better, but I've always had weird ears. Like, I don't like my ears, you know?
My eyebrows. No, it's crazy because now like a lot of these surgeries are essentially commonplace. Like, I think we both know quite a few women who've gotten breast implants. Mm-hmm. And then I know more who were doing like the tummy tucks and the, mommy makeover. Yeah. Which I think is cool. You know, like I said, especially after having kids, I definitely understand you wanting to feel better about yourself because they take a toll on a woman's body. And so I get that. But my thing is just a lot of what you said, but also I think the plastic surgery is better when it's not easily detected for me. Mm-hmm. You know, like in the natural looking stuff, I'm just like, oh yeah, you did? I didn't know you did that. You know, it looks good, you know? But that's just my personal opinion. So yeah.
And then the last thing that we'll discuss.
Real quick, one more before we get into what you're about to get into. Another thing that people are starting to do now, I guess this falls into the category of enhancement, even though it's not surgical. So you got these dudes. I know there's one in Russia and one in like Brazil or something. They lift weights, but they're like injecting their muscles with this fluid. Like in some cases it's oil. Some cases I think they said there's some stuff called synthol or something like that. But yeah, they injected it. I'll show you videos of these guys. They injected it in their arms and in their pecs. And so their arms and pecs are like freakishly large, but everything else is regular size.
That's weird.
And it just looks stupid because it's like, one, you're not any stronger. Two, you look stupid. You know, you just look dumb. And then three, you're putting your health at risk. So like, what is the upside here? Like attention? Like,
and when you're that big, like you're probably gonna get beat up more than likely, like in a real altercation. Like you're not going to be fast or agile.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is, they don't they ignore their legs. They ignore their. I think one dude might have did his forearms. I think he did his upper arm and forearms, but it's just weird. I'll show you photos and videos of them, man. They're crazy. But anyway,
so the next thing I was going to talk about was body modification with implants. When I say implants, like beyond, like, so we talked about like breast implants, but there's the people who do like the horns under their skin.
Oh, that
You've seen that?
that's very
They'll,
weird.
yeah, they'll put like horns under their skin and whatnot.
Yeah, they do that, and then one thing I've noticed, just like following different blogs and stuff. I don't. So there's some people in the trans community. I don't know what they do, but they like inject something or get something implanted in their cheeks, and I think it's only the ones who were what do you call it? They're men becoming women. I'm not sure.
Transitioning.
Yeah, they're transitioning, and I think it might be something to kind of feminize. I don't know if that's the word. Make their
Like
face
the more,
more.
the more like slender, sleek.
Yeah, like they try to make their face more feminine, but it's just crazy because it's like, yo, like that. I feel like that's a dead giveaway. Like I don't see no women who look like that, but I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not meant to understand behind it.
Yeah, and so like, again, in this category, I feel more power to you. Do what you want, but I feel like deep thought has to be put into everything.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, even the context of put me at like the even 21, like say the legal age to like get surgery, and I was like, you know what, I want some horns.
Yeah.
And then flash forward 10 years later, and like I'm getting ready to have kids, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, what? Like, why did I do
Why
that?
did I even?
You know,
Yeah.
so
No,
that's my concern is I feel certain things are so drastic when it comes to changes
Yeah.
that a lot of times, if anybody, a lot of people, I feel like, like will kind of decide things on the fly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
And then maybe later on, like, ooh, like maybe I shouldn't have done that. And with that, I do think that, like, have you seen the ones of, there's like the person who like turned themselves into a cat?
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
seen it?
Yep.
Yeah, so they tattooed their entire body like
There's a reptile
cheetah,
one too.
yeah, and that reptile one where they got their teeth even implanted.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
teeth are implanted. Just things like that. And if that's like, first off, where are you getting the funding to pull
No
this off?
kidding,
That's
man.
one
'Cause
question.
they're covered in ink, and then
And the
surgeries,
surgeries alone have to
I think
be-
one of the dudes got his teeth like filed down.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
the reptile one. I know the cat one too. They had like they got the feline looking inside, like,
Yeah.
or whatever, or canine, or not canines, but whatever you call
Yeah.
them. But yeah, so again, more power to you if you
Yeah.
want to do that. I just
Whatever
feel like
floats your boat.
whatever you decide to do, like, hope it's for the right reasons.
Yeah, and be sure that that's what you want to
Because
do.
it
And then-
really sucked to be like a cat person 10 years down the road. Like, well,
God
fuck, you know what? I
damn,
actually
just
don't
sitting
even
there.
I don't even like cats.
Oh, like you just one day don't like them anymore, and that would suck.
You know what I don't want to look like today? A fucking
Also,
cat.
one last thing I want to say on these topics is if you decide you do want to do these surgeries and you want to do these enhancements, please save up the money to get it professionally done.
Yeah,
and
at a
not-
reputable
Yeah,
location.
exactly. Instead of going to like basements and getting rubber cement injected in your butt and all this, and no, they've really done that, bro.
Really?
Yes. And,
Oh wow.
and I needless to say, there's terrible side effects. Women have died from
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and had all like one girl had to get part of her butt cut out and removed.
Jeez.
Yes, because it was the tissue was so infected. But,
Ugh.
yeah, man, it's just like if you want to do that stuff, more power to you. But please just go
Yeah,
the
be
extra
safe.
mile, save what you got to, and be safe about it.
Because as a person who's covered in tattoos, I more than advocate for the people who want to modify themselves
Yeah.
and feel different. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not comfortable in your own skin, we live in an era where, like, all power to you. Like, do what you want.
Yeah.
But exactly like you're saying, do it safely and do it wisely.
Yeah,
Think about it. Like, make
exactly.
sure like what you're doing.
Make sure it is actually what you want.
Yeah. so-
Okay.
All right, you get the random fact today. So
The random-
random fact.
Yeah, I think that's how you did it before.
I'm getting close. I know the random fact. When I say random fact, it's always the same.
Random tandem fandom. Handsome or
You
something.
should be like a rapper, dude.
A rapper. My rap rhymes is like landmines.
YoHJD.
So, an interesting fact. Today we're going to talk a little more about health and well-being and all that good stuff. What are some of your favorite snacks? Just throw some favorite things, some things you like to snack on.
So snack wise,
Yeah. Maybe not even a particular
no.
brand.
So
but
but so potato chips.
Okay.
I like licorice a lot. I like nuts and like fruit, like cashews and raisins and
Good
things
stuff.
like that.
Yeah, good stuff.
So yeah, those are probably my pretty standard snacks.
That's crazy because I would say potato chips too. But were you aware that potato chips cause more weight gain than any other food, Nick?
Don't tell me that.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
Really?
Yes, they do. So here, let me read to you an article that comes from Best Life here. A Harvard University study of more than 120,000 people found that potato chips were to blame for the gain of an average of 1.69 pounds per person over 4 years. Other fatteners, potatoes, 1.28 pounds, sugar sweetened beverages, 1.00 pounds, and unprocessed red meats, 0.95 pounds. So, excuse me. So that's basically how much weight people would gain from each of these foods. And potato chips, people gain more weight from potato chips than actual potatoes and red meat, bro. That is crazy to me.
That is strange and concerning because like potato chips are my thing.
I love them, bro. I'm a fan of potatoes and
anything.
most.
Yeah.
You'd have to try to screw up a potato.
I'll tell you right now. When I stopped eating meat, potatoes were my fall guy.
Really?
Like potatoes became my clutch.
Yeah.
Because you can season. Even like the potato like chunks,
Yeah.
season them in a specific way and put them on a taco.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it might sound weird to somebody else, but when you don't eat meat and you're looking for substitutes,
Bro, mashed hash browns.
Even just a baked potato.
Baked potato. Oh my God, there's so many scalloped.
Yeah, scalloped
there's so many
potatoes.
different tater tots, fries,
French fries,
waffle cut fries,
curly fries.
There's so many different types of way to
Shout out potatoes.
Potatoes, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. But potato chips, though, damn, man, that's rough to know.
That is hard to know.
You really gotta be
That's
careful.
probably the most common way I consume potatoes.
Yeah, same.
In chip
I
form.
had some today, and I had the baked Lay's, cheddar and sour cream, and I'm like, oh, yeah, these are a little bit healthier, you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they really are. They're potato chips. Yeah, man, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, that's why I'm just trying to get more fruit. Well, I eat a lot of fruit, but I'm just trying to, I think we have that need for sodium.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I think
the body does need,
definitely,
the body does need sodium, and I don't know what you can substitute that crunch of some good potato chips for, but yeah. I'm actually kind of hungry now, man.
I want some potato chips.
What's a potato chip? Okay, before we move on, best flavors of potato chips.
So my number one is nacho cheese Doritos. It's simple.
Well, I get it, but those are tortilla
Those
chips.
you're actually right.
Yeah,
that's true.
So we won't count like Doritos or tortilla.
Okay, it's not. So outside of that, then I would say I really like the sour cream and onion.
Good flavor, yeah.
Is it Lay's? I think it's Lay's brand.
In a green bag?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, the Lay's brand, but yeah, the one in the green bag. Just a classic Lay's potato chip.
Just the regular and the yellow? Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
man. Absolutely.
And again, like you said, that perfect texture, that crunch, that saltiness.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I like the what are they? They're like the cheddar ones, but they're the ruffle, like wavy.
Cheddar and sour cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. I definitely love those cheddar and sour cream. Same with I think we're pretty much on the same wavelength with that because I like all the ones you named. Sour cream and onion is really good. I like a good barbecue potato chip too. But
Yeah, barbecues.
yeah, and then salt and vinegar, you can't go wrong.
You were smashing those pickle potato chips.
Oh yeah, the pickle Lay's.
Yeah,
I like those, man.
yeah.
Those are good.
I want everybody to know the funny story about that is that Jay commented that he's like, man, what stinks so bad over here? And we were like trying to just figure it out, and we found out it was the pickled potato chips that were on the table that were open. And he's like, man, those things stink. And like within moments, like finish the bag.
Hey man, some of the best foods are a little stinky. It's fine.
It's fair, yeah.
But nah, potato chips, that sucks. And I try to most of the snacks I like to have, I try to find healthy alternatives for them, like, the light ice creams and stuff like that. But potato chips is one of them things that's hard to substitute,
Yeah.
man. I had some protein chips by the Quest brand, and they were not good. They were weird.
Especially when you're like expecting it.
Yeah, like it was just not even in the same ballpark.
That's the hard thing about like healthy food versus unhealthy food
Yeah.
is we're so used to the unhealthy side of it that like our bodies crave it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you give me a healthy potato chip, I'm just like, but this isn't a lane.
But it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know what's wild, bro, is so I would say, other than like cardiovascular wise, I was probably in the best shape of my life when I was still a smoker. And
Really?
it sounds weird, but I was working out like, I don't know. It's almost like my body needs to indulge in bad stuff a little bit. I don't know, man. But so I was a smoker. I would go work out, and then I would, like an hour after my workout, smoke a cigarette. And then, but it's like I didn't eat no bad food at all.
Really?
Like I didn't, I didn't indulge. Like I didn't have no fast food, didn't order pizza, none of that. And that was actually probably physically, I was in the best shape because I was consistently working out. But, obviously I wasn't in that great of a shape from smoking
If you're
cigarettes.
smoking,
But,
okay.
it was just easy for me to pass up some bad food and stuff. Now I'm just like, I thought about a cheeseburger. I'm going to get one.
I've never been able to pass up bad food. It's like my biggest. I made a joke to a friend the other day that I have a fast metabolism, but
Yeah.
probably the internal organs of like a 400-pound man.
I can see that.
But yeah, because I was the guy, legit. I remember a specific time that somebody came up and like jokingly with me, but was like, bro, like really, bro. But to Anytime Fitness, back when I used to go to Anytime Fitness,
Yeah.
I brought Taco Bell in and it was having the Nacho Bel Grande.
Uh-huh.
That and a meal with a large Baja Blast before my workout.
Why?
And everybody there is there working out, and like ignorant me wasn't thinking about people who were attempting to diet
Yeah.
and take better care of themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm just scooping nachos in my face, and when somebody came up and they're like really, like maybe eat it out in the car or
Yeah.
don't eat it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't even. Why would you risk that, bro? Like Taco Bell, I love Taco Bell, but I would never have it before a workout.
Yeah, that was a common thing.
You go up and hit some squats, and you PR day, and you just man,
Owie.
get up. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Get 400 pounds up, and you leave a surprise on the mat.
Nothing will make you max faster than shitting yourself
Oh my
and having to get
gosh,
out of
bro.
there.
I'm thinking
Could
about
you
that.
imagine, or could you imagine squatting, going down, shitting yourself, and then not being able to get back
Oh
up, and,
my
and having
God.
to call like a stranger for
Oh
assistance?
my gosh, man. That's that's a fear of mine. One day, bro, I was working out. This was a couple years ago. But I can't remember what I did, but my quads were like really weak for like 30 seconds.
Weird.
Yeah, I had stretched. I think I had did some I did a little decline bench press, which I hate to this day. I absolutely, that's like the worst workout ever for me. I do not like it at all.
I'm not a fan of decline.
Yeah, it's not. You can't, like, I know working out isn't supposed to exactly be comfortable, but like I can't even focus.
like
when
blood
I'm-
rushing to your
Yeah,
head. You're
like-
in like this weird position.
Yeah, I can't do it. So, but no, I had done some of that, and then I can't remember what I was doing. I think I might have just been stretching or something like that. Yeah, I might have been sitting down stretching, but I tried to get up and like I couldn't. My quads would not let me get up. bro.
Weird.
Yeah, like they both hurt, and so I'm trying to get up, and I just like can't, and I'm like embarrassed, panicking, like what the fuck? What do I do? What if I just blew my quads
Yeah,
out?
and it's just
You know, like how do I even? And there was like one other guy in the gym, but he was way far away from me.
you go, sir.
Yeah, and so it's
Hello?
like, and so eventually I was able to get up, but I don't know, they were just like really fatigued
And did
for
they
a
go
second.
back to normal?
Yeah, they went back to normal. I mean, they ached a little bit the next day, but like I was fine.
is strange.
It's very weird. They were just like fatigued, and I guess I was using them more than I realized during that workout. But
I one time with one of my friends, we were getting ready for a Spartan race.
oh man,
Yeah, so it was the 12-mile one, and I just want to go on record now saying it was one of the hardest things I've done in my life.
I believe it.
It was wild, but yeah. So we were preparing for the 12-mile Spartan race. So we parked our car at the top of this huge College Hill. You know where College Hill
yeah.
is. And then we ran from College Hill to the gym, did a workout, and ran back. And on the way back, I was ready to give up and like call somebody. My friend was like, "Nah, dude, we got to make it."
Yeah.
And this is no joke of a run, guys. Like just running up and down College Hill alone.
Yeah, that's-
And we got down College Hill and still had to go to the gym
That
and
is
then back and up again. But My legs hurt so bad the next day, I called into work for like 3 days.
Jeez.
I fatigued myself so much that I couldn't even stand up.
Wow,
I
man.
pushed myself too far.
That's quite a run, and then to go lift weights.
Well, that was
afterwards,
exactly it. We went and did a workout afterwards.
that's some man. You got
And mind you, so all the street running I did for that Spartan race, so I street ran to prepare for it because I'm like 12 miles. I'm about to run 12 miles at the Spartan race.
Yeah.
Never bit anything off like that. So I street ran, and it turns out the Spartan race is all hiking. None of it was flat terrain.
Oh gosh.
It was all desert and hiking terrain and elevation, and nothing street running prepares you for. Like, get your cardio as good as you want if you're not used to running up a mountain, So.
Yeah. Gosh, man, that's intense, bro. You know what's funny? I just thought about when you when you said you mentioned the Taco Bell before going to the gym. I thought about this meme I saw a while back. And it was Taco Bell who posted this. I don't know if it actually was, or if it's just one of them things where they make it look like the company did. But it was, people are always talking about Taco Bell screwing up their stomachs.
Yeah.
So Taco Bell's like, well, if your bitch ass stomach can't handle our food, go to McDonald's. and McDonald's replies like, damn, what the fuck we do?
Jeez, Taco Bell.
Relax. But yeah, man, health is wealth, man. I think I definitely have fallen off the wagon with my fitness stuff. I've had spurts of where I get back into it real bad or real good, and then, I'll have a craving for something. I think the thing with me is like, once I get a taste of indulgence, I'm like, yeah, I could do a little more.
I am horrible at that.
I can do a little more. It's crazy because it's like my willpower's gotten worse as far as that over the years.
And my biggest thing is I think it's manageable. So even if I'm trying to eat healthy, I have the really ignorant or just careless perspective that I'll be with a group of friends and they'll say we should order pizza.
Yeah.
And I know I shouldn't have pizza. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll have it tonight. Like, I'll eat pizza tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to have water and salad.
Exactly.
But then the next day I'll go to whatever restaurant and be like, yeah, let me get some fries and a Coke.
One of the causes of my demise is things like DoorDash and stuff.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh shit, I ain't even got to leave my house to get the bad food. Shit.
Which is a perfect example for anybody who doesn't know this is the next topic. But that's a perfect example of where like diet and fitness is faltering in the U.S.
Yes.
Because it's so easily accessible.
Bad
food, you can just order it on your phone. It boggles my mind.
Not only that, bro, but bad food is so cheap and it lasts longer. Like, that's a lot of the problem too, I think, is people can't really afford to constantly get produce and fresh this
I've told
and fresh
you,
that.
but me eating my plant-based and like non-meat diet is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
We'll spend $450 for a week at the grocery store.
That's insane for a
400.
week.
And I mean, mind you, we're feeding our children as well.
Yeah,
But $450 a week at the grocery store. Yeah. Yeah,
That's crazy because, man, it's just like, and you do all that, but you could go get you like some pizza rolls and frozen nuggets and
that'll
burgers
last you days for
and ramen
$3.
noodles.
Yeah.
Ramen noodles are like what, $2 for a thing of them, and they'll last forever if you get a couple, packs of them. And so I don't understand that, man. I mean, I guess it takes more. I don't know. I guess I don't understand how it works, honestly, man, because, we can get all these fresh fruits and all this stuff, but why does it cost so much more than the frozen gummy snacks? And
I feel because, like, to do the fresh and healthy process, there has to be more work behind it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and
I was kind of thinking
there's got to be more care, more just control over it, opposed to if you're just going to pound out 10,000 pizza rolls at a factory in 5 seconds. It's just boom, like hey, pull that lever, boom, we have pizza rolls. Like opposed to being like, oh, this specific like bundle of apples is non-GMO, organic, grown in a freshly pasteurized or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then they got in the grocery store, they got to keep the fruit and some of the produce, they got to keep it refrigerated and under the little deals that spray
and
water
also
on them.
the healthier stuff has a way, I'm talking drastically shorter shelf life.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's not as many preservatives in it.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the that processed stuff is chock full of sodium, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Even stuff you wouldn't think, like, why is there salt in this? why is there salt in this milkshake? But there is,
exactly.
you know,
And it's
like,
because they're
crazy.
just doing it to preserve it.
Exactly.
It's just, oh yeah, we
Crazy.
want it. Yeah. So with that being said, I recently just got my gallbladder out for gallstones. What a gallbladder does is it helps process bile and fat and stuff like that.
Bile is
And
an awful word.
That is a disgusting word.
It
Isn't it?
sounds so
Bile.
gross.
Bile.
Bile.
That'd be a good rap name. Benny the Bile.
Bile. Ubiquitous bile. Ubiquitous bile. Yeah, there you go.
So I had to get my gallbladder out. I had what are called gallstones, and essentially my gallbladder got at some point just over exhausted work, whatever, and the like the fats in the bile calcified, which made gallstones. Which when they went to do my surgery and removed it, the doctor came in and actually commented to my wife that was like, hey, his gallbladder was like super inflamed and had like severe scarring in it. And so before I got my surgery, when I met with him, I'm like, why? Why am I having gallbladder issues? And he was like, it's the American diet.
Oh,
He said that it's on the gallbladder problems because it has to do with processing fats and whatever is on the rise, like skyrocketing gallbladder problems and surgeries because in America we are just like you said, fatty foods is just our go-to. Stop at McDonald's and get a couple double cheeseburgers and your fried chicken from KFC and XYZ. So that was for me kind of a system shock because physically you look at me and you're like, oh, you're a skinny dude in shape. You go to the gym. But here I am having to get like a part of my body removed because of my diet. Yeah. And it kind of dawned on me. I'm like, man, like that's awful. Like really if I continue this process, how good am I going to feel at 60 years old? Yeah. Am I going to be able to like go chase my grandkids around when I have those guys like one day? Yeah, how awful am I going to feel? And that kind of segued into America has like the highest rate of obesity, highest rate of heart disease, heart failure, heart surgeries, and it's all diet related.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, I was going through a subreddit, and it was people from other countries who have visited the States, and like what blew your mind when you were here in the States, and they're just like the portions, like. You know, a quadruple cheeseburger? Like, why do you need all that, you know?
One show I watched it was a guy, and he was talking about that, and he was, I think, from Japan, and he was talking about how when they come to the U.S., that the meat consumption was at this astronomical level where he, like, for instance, a good example is, like Wendy's, you can get the triple stack Baconator. Yeah. That he was like, that's one meal for one person in the U.S., and that would have fed an entire family of like 5 in Japan. Crazy. Because like 3 patties of meat plus 3 slices of bacon, and that's in America, that's a meal for us. That's like, oh yeah, I'll just eat that. Yeah, I might eat 2 of them. Other cultures that it's considered like disgustingly gluttonous, like why? Just foul. Like you're just gonna shove.
You need to eat all that for you? Yeah. Or like they even some of the other people were surprised at like root beer. Like, what the hell is root beer? Tasted it and was like, this is weird. Like, what? You guys like this? I didn't know root beer was an American thing, but it absolutely is. Oh, I didn't know. And then sweet tea. They also were like, why would you want anything that sweet? Sweet, like, you know, like I don't understand.
Because
like,
tea is supposed to be healthy.
Exactly. So that's crazy, man. I don't know, man. It's like I know me personally, I need to do better in terms of like, you know, I usually can eat decent, but it's like like I said, once I'm like a shark in the water, once it tastes blood, I get a taste of some bad stuff. I'm just like, going on a tangent. You know, but when I'm real headstrong and focused, I can keep, you know, eating clean and, you know, keep the bad stuff out of my diet.
Yeah, I've had these few like fleeting moments throughout my life where I've had really strict good diet. Yeah. And the irony is I've never felt better. There was a time even recently that I was drinking. I had this goal where I drank a gallon of water a day, which is a lot harder than it sounds.
It's not that hard.
I thought it was hard.
That's one thing I've always been good about is drinking a lot of water.
So I'm not great at it, but with water, the way Felicia had helped me, she got me a gallon and then marked on it the times of the day and how much I should drink by then. Okay. So if I looked at my gallon and it was 3:00, it would show me where I should be like at 3 o'clock.
Nice.
So I would if I was like not caught up, I'd be like, oh shoot, and I'd chug my water. So it was really cool, but I did that, and so I did that for a while, and then also like corrected my eating, removed dairy, which is a whole nother topic. Dairy's awful
that's
for you.
we could really get into.
Yeah, so I did that and felt exponentially better. When I ate, my stomach felt healthy and light. When I was at the gym, I was on the treadmill running a mile like nothing, like not even breaking a sweat, and just that was my warm up, feeling great. And then I switched back to eating poorly, and I go get on the treadmill and like walk it at 3, and I'm like,
yeah, I definitely water's always been like probably one of the easiest things in terms of health for me. I just love water, bro. Like I keep a gallon of it by my bed. You know,
every diet guide, water is like the number one component. Yeah. Like it's like you could eat healthy as healthy can be, but without water, what's the point?
And like in the summertime and stuff, especially my job being so physical, we're out there sweating and stuff. Not anything. Yeah, we got a nice little water cooler in our shop, and nothing hits the spot. Like you coming in from swinging a hammer and you need some
hot
water.
Day, super hot day.
Like a Coca-Cola or a Sprite or something wouldn't hit the spot like that does. And I actually work with the guys that water. I don't really like water like that. It doesn't have any flavor. I'm like, it doesn't have any flavor. What do you?
It tastes like water.
What are you, 7? Like,
water does have flavor.
Because it does to some degree. Like, because there's some bottled water that isn't so good, and some that are delicious and refreshing. Imagine like a hot day and getting done working out or whatever, and you go in and gotta drink milk or something.
Oh my god! It reminds me of the Ron Burgundy thing where he's like, "Milk was a bad choice."
Oh
Just chugging milk for
just
God. Unsettling
on a hot ass day,
just thick and heavy. No, I will say water for me. Anytime I physically exert myself. Exactly like you said, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, nothing else
just hits the spot. It's wonderful.
Even if it's nice when it's cold, but even like I've noticed, like sometimes I'll take a water bottle to the gym and it might get a little warm during the workout, or it might not have been super cold, and so I drink it and it's like room temperature, but it still is quenching my thirst.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I will say I'm not a fan of warm water, but there's also a line between like cold and then like, you know, it's kind of not as cold.
If it's hot,
and then but if it's like warm water, like if it's like warmer than room temperature.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I say warm, I just mean like about room temperature, not like hot, not like you put a warm beverage in and mix some hot cocoa in it. This is good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that's just in like put it in perspective. Like America's like just disgustingly unhealthy.
America.
And there's other countries that have a problem with it, but we set the bar when it comes to that.
Oh yeah.
When you look at everything, this is the real thing. There's preservatives and ingredients in our food that are illegal in other countries that are banned. Like you can't put that in food. That's not safe. In America, it's that supply and demand of like I got to get this product out now, fast, in abundance. It's got to be ready for these people now, and once they get it, it's got to last for a long time, and it's pretty gross.
Nasty.
It's a gross. Yeah. So I did, and I mean this, guys. Everybody listening, Jay also, you can hold me accountable for the fact that I did promise myself, more importantly, but also talk to my wife about how after getting my gallbladder removed, because there's no like way around it. I got it removed because I was unhealthy. Yeah. It wasn't like like it just happened. Like, no, it was because of my diet. So I did tell her that it was a big indicator that my diet's affecting me more than I like initially thought. And with that, the concern is I'm a young man still. So if I'm 32 and now having to get my gallbladder removed,
more like dirty too.
But if I'm already now having to get like my gallbladder removed, my concern is if I continue the diet that I'm on now, what's going to happen at like 42 and 52, So I vowed to myself that I'm going to eat healthier. And I think it's about balance. I'm not saying I'll never eat something bad again. Of course, I'll eat potato chips in the future.
You know what I've heard, bro, is the best way to do it is, eat clean for a couple weeks once you get into it. And then every 3 days have you a meal consistent of something bad you like. Because that'll really depriving yourself of certain foods and stuff will mess with your psyche. So, definitely still, and just don't overindulge is the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and I
So,
think that's a good example. Just not to overdo it.
yeah, so.
So be more healthy, America.
You get healthy so you can live for your kids and stuff. Before we do wrap up for the day, I think we need to end on somewhat of a positive but semi-somber note. So today, rapper Black Rob passed away. The reason why is yet to be determined, but I don't know. A lot of people may remember him. He had some hits in the early 2000s. He was signed to Bad Boy. He wrote a lot for Diddy, and he was a talented artist, but never really got the shine he deserved, I think. So we actually probably will get into more about Bad Boy on another episode.
Yeah, I
but
definitely think so.
may he rest in peace. He was actually going through a hard time before his death, so hopefully he's at peace now at least. And shout out to his family, and prayers are with them. But something that's more closer to us here in our local community. This past week, a gentleman Nick and I both knew growing up by the name of Doug McGill passed away, and it's awful, man. It's sad. May he rest in peace. He was a very very genuine dude. I didn't know him real well, but I definitely had. I mean, I had classes with him and interacted with him quite a bit growing up, and he was always a good guy to me.
Yeah, same.
Always positive vibes, and always funny, goofy as all hell, and definitely like a life of the party type of guy.
Oh, 100%.
Somebody, I think pretty much everybody. We live in a small town, but he's somebody pretty much everybody knew.
I think the most unique and amazing thing about him was every place has it, but like people have their cliques,
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
like the rap clique and the punk clique
The
and
skaters,
the skaters
yeah.
and like the the Proud Boys and like all these different like cliques.
Oh, don't say the Proud
Well,
Boys.
okay, well, when I say Proud Boys, not in a bad connotation,
Yeah,
but like in like the sense of
the racist dudes.
but you have like just all these different groups of people, and Doug fit in with every group. He was
Everybody.
friends with everybody. He could walk in a room and everybody in any group would be like, Doug, like
Yeah,
Doug's here. He was
exactly.
just a super big sweetheart. Like
Yeah,
he was
good
just
dude.
a sweet dude.
He actually used to work for the company I work for currently, and people who were there with him, they have nothing but fond memories of him. And this is before his passing. Like we would talk about him,
Yeah.
and oh yeah, Doug is hilarious, blah blah blah, this and the third. So just somebody who was definitely just a good soul, man. But it's like you got to check up on your strong friends, man, because he was dealing with some stuff that apparently people didn't know about. And,
Yeah, multiple people that I'd spoken with had brought that up. That they're like, I didn't even know. Like he was such a happy dude.
Yeah.
And so exactly what you said. I think it's important to check in on the people who you might not think need it.
Yeah.
So but rest in peace to Doug. I went to elementary school with him and have known him since.
Yeah.
And just throughout my childhood, so we were really close as kids. And then as we got older, it was just obvious that like every time we saw each other, it was just like that was my dude. Like we were just buddies. He was like the shows that we do. Doug showed up to, and that's another thing. He was like a hardcore rocker dude, and was showing up to these underground hip hop shows to rock out.
So
Just
dope, man.
just a super dope dude. And it's just like you were saying. It's so unfortunate to know that he was struggling with some things that, like, I wish in hindsight there could have been an outside force that was like, hey, like, so with that being said, if you find yourself in that position where you are struggling with some things, I implore you that you need to reach out and say something, talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
And then with that, though, on the side of the people who maybe are doing a little better, check in on all your friends.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with communication. You can have a friend who's like super bubbly and stuff, and just casually have the conversation that's like, hey, you doing good? Like, how's life? Genuinely, are you like, you good? Is life going all right for you?
And also even, I would say even consider therapy because,
absolutely.
Therapy, I've dabbled in a little bit, man, and there is nothing like just unloading the burden of some aspects of life on a neutral party.
Exactly.
So
Amen to that.
it helps a great deal, man.
So I personally do therapy, and it's been super beneficial. If anybody's interested in looking into it, the thing that's helped me the most is cognitive behavioral therapy. But when it comes to trauma, anxiety, depression, it is a very effective form of like therapeutics. So I will say that. But yeah, just
get out there and help yourself, people.
Help yourself and help your people. Be there for your people. So. With that being said, we will close out. This has been another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. This is a semi-hip-hop centric podcast.
Somewhat, yeah.
Where we talk about a little bit of everything and a lot about nothing.
And we get sad sometimes.
And we do sometimes. These have been a little bit more somber.
The last couple episodes have been, the last 3 have been kind of sad.
Kind of getting hit hard, so
jokes! Ice cream! Puppies!
I am Nicholas Fletcher.
I am Jaquan Davis.
And you guys have a wonderful time. I don't want to say evening. Yeah,
week. Well, we drop Monday, so we'll say week. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.
Peace.